55-year-old male, and he was, I think, having around 1600 ml of alcohol per day.
Who is an alcoholic? An alcoholic is a person who has lost everything, who cries at night.
I personally feel this is a bad lifestyle choice.
Anyone who drinks 2 to 3 pegs every night should try this out.
Absolutely clean with zero alcohol per day. But it was, I think, a 2-year journey for me. When instead of only having socially, you decide that, okay, I can bring the bottle home and have a drink every day.
The journey has to continue once they leave the rehab, right? Alcoholism is more than just drinking too much. It is a silent struggle that can take over the life, mind, and body of a person without them often recognizing it. Today, our episode is on recognizing the silent enemy. Welcome to our episode on alcoholism. Today, we have with us Mr. Sambit Basu and Megha. You have already been here before on one of our episodes. You guys already know her by now. Welcome back, Megha. A little bit
Thank you.
about your professional background.
I will
please.
just give a very brief intro. I'm a RCI registered clinical psychologist associated with 2 to 3 multi-speciality mental health clinics in Kolkata, namely Caring Minds, Marga Mind Wellness Studio, RB Diagnostic. I work intensely with alcohol cases, but I do believe in like motivation enhancement therapy and a clinical setup approach rather than rehab approach.
Okay.
So I first try that with a clinical setup only if they can get out of addiction.
Sir, we would like you to introduce yourself and a little bit about your professional background, please.
I'm a person-centered counselor, and I also work as a resource person at NCB's course, which is run in collaboration with WHY, Wellbeing, Happiness, and You, and it's called a PG diploma course in person-centered counseling and holistic well-being. And besides that, I have my private practice, and also I work with people with problem of alcoholism and addiction of other substances at many rehabilitation centers as a counselor and a psychoeducator.
Wow, that's brilliant. Thank you so much, sir, and welcome to our show. And our first question is alcoholism a disease, a disorder, or a lifestyle choice? How should we frame it?
I would just like to reframe your question only.
Yes, please.
I personally feel this is a bad lifestyle choice
Okay,
that
yeah.
eventually leads to a
Okay,
disease
so
or a disorder.
it's not a okay. So it is a lifestyle. So people
Bad lifestyle choice.
Bad
Because what
lifestyle
happens is
choice.
कि obviously most people start with a very nice term कि I'm a social drinker.
Yes.
And then they start drinking and go to the parties and start with 1 or 2 glasses maybe.
Mhm.
And then it is called a lifestyle choice कि I prefer to be a social drinker because
Okay.
my company demands that. I have seen many people who come to me and say कि in my corporate party I have to have a glass in my hand.
Oh yeah.
So this is a lifestyle choice I believe because
Yeah.
you feel कि without that glass I won't get attention in a party.
Yeah, you can have a glass, have drink in it, and not drink it also if you choose
But
to.
I
right?
think yeah, that's the choice. That's the choice. That
No,
you want
no,
to drink
no.
it, and once you start having it, obviously there are a lot of pleasure principles which we may come to later.
Yeah.
So then you start having on a regular basis.
Mhm.
So then, as he said, it becomes an abuse.
Yes.
Okay, using it more than required.
It's like
Because for social drinker, it's once a month or once in a
it
maximum
becomes
2
like an
weeks.
excuse that this is my excuse for drinking. right?
Exactly. And then after this lifestyle choice, obviously abuse, and then there comes a point when you can't stay without it, and then it becomes a disorder.
Yeah, that's exactly what the question is. The next one is actually at what point drinking shifts from social habit to addiction? You just mentioned that, from
so
there. So,
basically, I think it becomes an addiction when instead of only having socially, you decide that, okay, I can bring the bottle home and have a drink every day. And I always say that it becomes actually an addiction when you can start enjoying the drink alone also.
Mhm.
And you bring it home. So this is when I feel it becomes addiction. When you start feeling that, okay, in the morning, maybe I need a glass to feel fresh.
In the
Or
morning.
at night, like what we call eye opener. or
okay.
at night we need a glass to get back to sleep.
Sleep. Yeah. So you
So-
need a drink to wake up. You need a drink
Drink
to
to
go to sleep.
So addiction is that.
Okay.
And most importantly, when you can drink alone at your own house.
Then
So
it's
then
like
you
I don't
know.
need company. I can drink
Exactly.
alone.
So then you can't be a social drinker
Yeah.
anymore.
Sir, how about
Yeah,
you? What would
so-
I think you differ a little on this
Uh,
opinion? Do
No,
you?
like what I feel is alcohol, unlike other substances, which do not have endorsement from the society, it has a cultural dimension to it, a social dimension to it. And hence, what I would say is that in cultures where people do drink, they are initiated in a way that they appreciate it, but then they are not hooked to it.
Hmm.
So, like, it's, I would say it's quite risky because the path of alcohol is always slippery, and hence one has to be aware and in control, and there has to be a certain amount of discipline. Otherwise, it becomes like too challenging for a person to get into it and yet just managing to drink within a safe limit.
That's exactly what I was going to ask next. That how trauma, loneliness, or stress, are they like direct triggers for someone who is maybe drinking initially socially, but they get into some kind of trauma,
Yes.
loneliness, or something, and then slowly they start drinking more, and
So
then
you must have heard the term happy high.
yes,
Yes.
of course,
So what
everybody.
happened is ki when you start drinking, there is a reward circuit in our brain
Mhm.
that gets activated. So
Yeah.
if for some time you are out of your stress,
Hmm.
you are absolutely in a positive zone,
Hmm.
or when you are having alcohol, you don't think much about the stressor
Hmm.
because your body is like somehow shut down with the negatives.
Yeah.
So when you talk about these negative stressors, then obviously alcohol does help for some time.
Hmm.
But again, as we say, ki whenever you have a stressor in life, you have two options.
Hmm.
Go for a positive coping strategy or a maladaptive coping strategy. The positive coping strategy is when you have a trauma, you think of processing it, getting out of it,
Hmm.
taking therapy maybe,
Hmm.
or going for humor, distraction, problem solving. Ki, okay, this is a problem. Like for example, I am lonely.
Hmm.
So what is the solution now?
Hmm.
Loneliness may have come because you have lost a spouse or a dear friend. So the
Hmm.
actually problem solving approach will tell us, let's go try to make new friends,
Yeah.
join a NGO, join a club. But
Mhm.
maladaptive coping is alcohol, which is like, as I said, isolated drinking. Let's sit, have a drink, forget my stress for some time. And why is it called maladaptive? Because it won't be effective in a long run.
Okay.
Because next day morning, again, you are back to the same life.
Okay.
So then it is like a cycle of
Cycle
addiction
of
which we are
addiction.
unable to break.
Okay.
So alcohol, yes, these things do help with alcohol, but in a very, again, maladaptive coping, not
So-
a very effective coping.
So you.
Temporary relief.
Sorry. Yeah. So yeah, exactly. I was coming to that only, asking sir that for whatever kind of you can call it the trauma, the loneliness, or the stress. So alcohol is basically a short term solution, right? It's not something that will help you in a long run. Why do people develop a dependency on alcohol when they know that it is not a long term solution, but they basically depend on alcohol to solve these kind of problems or get out of these kind of state of mind, I would say. So why do you think this happens?